morning, everyone, and happy spring. Welcome back to another episode of Cynthia's Artful Living. And today we're continuing on with some bird stencils. And the first two use rubbing techniques to create an underdrawing, and then using chalk pastels for the first one, Neocolor watercolor crayons for the second one, and now for the third one, using watercolor pencils and a tracing technique. So I hope you'll stick with me in this video. We're going to be creating this cedar wax swing from one of my stencils. So let me just show you really quick. I'm reusing some watercolor paper, and that's the stencil. We have some Caran d'Ache set of 12 colored pencils, watercolor pencils. And where's my water brush? I just dropped it. Water brush by Marv Yoshida. So I want to apologize in advance. The lighting is not the best on this video. I am still figuring that out. I think I need to get a ring lamp to make things right for overhead. There's a little bit of shadow, so sorry about that. Hopefully you can still see what I did, and I'll see you on the flip side. So let's get started making a drawing that we're going to paint with these watercolor pencils, the Caran d'Ache watercolor pencils. So I'm just going to trace right around in the stencil. So, it's very light. I'm going to zoom it in a second here so you can see. I took those two leaves out, and it's a little bit rough, but that's okay because it's a good starting point. Okay, so now I want to sketch it a little bit more. Now, the bird itself, I'm going to probably zoom in here. Let me see where we are. Okay, so we need a little work on this cedar wax wing. I looked it up in my... some orange up here on this to get us started here. I have to leave room for the white because I can't come back. Once I've gone into an area, I can't take it out. Well, you can pick it out with an X-Acto blade, or you could use, I forgot what it's called, frisket or something, where you cover it up. You cover areas up with white that you then peel off later. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of this orange. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some on this wing too, even though that's gonna be more brown, and this is gonna end up more gray down here. And it tapers off. It's quite light underneath the belly of the bird. And there's that white through there, and this is gonna be more of a, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there because I think I'm gonna put some blue over the top of it to make my gray. I mean, you could use gray or you could use black, but orange and blue together will make a brownish gray. Okay, so now I just have a regular brown here. And I'm being light-handed because this is going to, you know, once it's activated by the water, it's going to spread out. Don't want to get it too dark yet. This might be too orange to start. And here's that. Or they could be blue. There's various viburnums and things that are blue. I can't talk and paint at the same time, apparently. Well, I just am figuring out that I cannot go into this while it's wet with these. It gives too much texture, more texture than I want. I have to wait till it dries, I guess. Okay, let's get some, trying to decide if I want to actually use black. I mean, it really actually is very dark black up here. The beak is like a gray black. I don't want to be too heavy, but leave our little white spot for the highlight of the eye. Looks like I already lost my white up there. Although I have a little bit of pencil there, maybe I can erase that. And I might be able to rescue it. Kind of looks a mess right now, doesn't it? This brush is maybe a little bit big, but I like using it. Let's see if I can come at it from this direction. I might as well do these berries and the branches right now. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the underside, or what I would consider to be the underside with the light shining on top of it. And am I off the page? There we go. I like to put I'm going to put a little purple in these too. Because I think I've talked before, again, you know, I keep mentioning black. Shadows are not black. I mean, I suppose at night if there's, maybe that's pure blackness. I'm going to use this orange again. And I'm going to use the blue, and that's going to give me sort of a brown. Just so I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes before I come back and decide what I want to do with the leaves. I think I might want to darken the leaves and the stems of the branches this time, and maybe even the berries, and leave the background the way it is. It's a little flat. And I was thinking of maybe coming back in here with some of the black and maybe, and not using water, but just kind of coming in and giving it a little bit more texture and definition. I guess. Let me show it to you up close here. We'll do another drawing next time, and maybe I'll move on to some other stencils that I have. I just thought I'd showcase some of my bird ones. These were my first ones that I did for Stencil Girl products. So see you next time.